just spent a wonderful month exploring Peru, and I can tell you it is so much more than Machu Picchu. This country has so much more to offer, which is why in this video, I'll show you how you can plan your trip step by step, including where to go, how to get around, and what to expect in each destination. From the vibrant coastline of Lima to the ancient charm of Cusco, the breathtaking Machu Picchu, and even a quick escape to the desert oasis of Paracas. This guide has everything that you need to make the most out of your time in Peru. I started my trip in Lima. I stayed in Miraflores. This is probably the safest neighborhood here in Lima. It is very walkable. And also when you got here to Lima, you'll be welcomed with this amazing view of the coastline. And I think this is the perfect base to explore the city. The best time to visit Lima is during the summer month, which usually goes between December until April. This is when the weather is the sunnier and warmer. And I was here in June, which is the winter season. Some days are gray and overcast, but the reason why I came here during the winter is because it is also the best time to go to Cusco or to visit Machu Picchu. And even during the winter, there's still plenty of sunny days, so you can explore outdoors. So I booked an Airbnb near El Malecón, which is also my favorite area here in Miraflores. I just love walking in the morning in El Malecón because you get a spectacular view of the cliff, the beach, and people are even surfing here during the winter. Besides of walking and exploring El Malecón, some of the other activities that you can do in Lima, taking a walking tour to explore Miraflores. I took 2 walking tours. First one is to go around Miraflores and the second one is a walking foot tour. I would highly recommend both of them. It gives you such a different experience and you get to know the city better. You should also visit Parque de Almor, which is also in Miraflores. This is a park where you see a big statue of amor, or like a couple. I've seen a lot of people just hanging out by the park, and when the weather is sunny, it is actually really great. And if you're a cat person, you can also go to Parque Kennedy. This is also known as the cat park because they have tons of cats there. The government actually feed the cats. So yeah, expect to see tons of cats just hanging around in the park. When you go to this park, you can also try picarones Mari. So picarones is a type of Peruvian donut made from squash. And then it's served with syrup. This spot is famous because this particular picarones is actually being featured on Netflix. And of course, eating. I mean, like before I came here, I heard that food in Lima is amazing, but I honestly didn't expect it to be this good. It honestly has exceeded my expectation, and I just found out that Lima is actually the home of some of the best restaurants in the world. So make sure to try ceviche, lomo saltado, and my other favorite is parrilla, which refers to grilled meat. So they usually serve it directly to you on a pan, and it has different variants of meat that have the sausages, beef, chicken. Sometimes they also put the Peruvian pepper. Portion here is surprising. Like even the salad, it's like bigger than my head. And they also give us like a big bowl of French fries, the calamari, I ordered like chicharron, and like seafood stuff, like seafood calamari. And I'm really excited for the parrillas. So I mainly come here for the parrillas because that is probably one of my favorite food that I've tried here in Peru. Basically, it's like grilled meat that have like beef, chicken, what else? I think like pork and some vegetable. But yeah, I tried it the first time and I instantly fell in love with it. The best parrilla I had is actually at this one unique restaurant in Miraflores. It's called Paco Yonke. They have a small museum of yonke, which is a traditional alcoholic beverage in Peru. So before this, I've only heard about pisco sour, which is a famous alcoholic beverage here in Peru, but apparently they also have another one called yonke. And it was fascinating to see different types that they use for medical purposes as well. Like you can see bottles with spiders, snakes, even piranha inside. Another area that you want to check out in Lima is Barranco. This is like the art district of Lima. It's full of vibrant vibrant street art, historic mansions, and also cozy cafes. We made it to Barranco, and this is another district here in Lima that is also very popular among the expat or tourists because it's known as one of the safest area here in Lima. From Lima, I took a short trip to Paracas and Huacachina. This is a coastal and desert town known for their wildlife and also epic landscape. So when I was in Paracas, I actually took a boat tour to Ballestas Islands, or people also call it the poor man Galapagos. So here you can see sea lions, tons of birds, and if you're lucky, some penguins. The penguins, I think we saw around like couple penguins, and they're super small. Like sometimes it was hard for me to differentiate the penguins and the birds. But if you visit Paracas during the warmer season, then you can also go to the beach. Because I was here during the winter season, although the beach looks very nice, I didn't get to go for a swim or tan by the beach because it was just too cold. From Paracas, I took an hour and a half drive to Huacachina, and you definitely don't want to miss this place. Huacachina is the desert oasis, so it's very captivating to see this town just in the middle of a desert. But here you can also hop on a dune buggy, ride across the sand dunes at high speed, and even sandboard down the slopes.
Traction, okay? Yep. Hold these grips, elbows inside and together. The board, sorry. Down. Up, very good. Okay. And you brake. All the dune, you brake.
Okay.
This is necessary, you brake.
Ah, okay.
Brake, brake, brake.
Next up is Cusco. This is the getaway to Machu Picchu. So Cusco sits at 3,400 meters above sea level, so the altitude is real here. When you go to Cusco, make sure that you drink tons of coca tea, or you can also take a coca pill to help with the altitude sickness. And do take a couple days slow in Cusco before you head to Machu Picchu. But Cusco itself is stunning. The cobblestone streets, colonial architecture, and the rich blend of Incan and Spanish history. The Plaza de Armas is a great starting point, but some of the best finds are actually tucked away in a quieter streets and alleys. I think Cusco is well known for like the town that you stop by when you want to go to Machu Picchu, but I think it's definitely worth it to spend a couple more days just to explore around this area. I would say you can spend around 3 to 4 days exploring Cusco. They have tons of amazing restaurants, and you can see alpacas like all around the town. Now to get to Machu Picchu, I took a train from Ollantaytambo to Aguascalientes. I have a video where I talk about what you need to know, how to get to Machu Picchu, what do you need to book beforehand on my previous video, so you can check it out after this one. But from Ollantaytambo to Aguascalientes or Machu Picchu Pueblo, you need to book the train ticket beforehand. There are two main railways, which is Inca Rail and Peru Rail. On my trip to Machu Picchu, I booked with Peru Rail, and the view was spectacular. So Aguascalientes is a small town at the base of Machu Picchu. It is very walkable and super lively at night. You can also choose to stay there. They have like hotels, restaurant around that area, but it's not really necessary. You can just stay in Cusco or in Sacred Valley. So once you got to Aguascalientes, you can either hike up to Machu Picchu or take a bus to Machu Picchu. I spent few hours exploring the ruins, and even though you've probably seen Machu Picchu 100 times in photos, it still takes your breath away in person. And here are some important tips that you want to know on your trip to Peru. So the currency is called Peruvian soles, and while card is widely accepted almost everywhere, I still would recommend you to carry some cash, especially if you go to markets or some local restaurants. But the ATM fee in Peru is actually quite high. So most ATM machines charge between $7 to $15 per withdrawal. So if you're gonna withdraw your money here in Peru, you can look for a BCP ATM. This ATM will allow you to withdraw money without any fees. Now when it comes to SIM card and data, there are a couple options. Claro is a well-known provider in Peru, and it has solid coverage. So especially if you're staying in Miraflores, it's pretty easy to find Claro shop. Just remember to bring your passport and they can help you set up your SIM card. But I personally prefer something easier, which is why I always travel with an eSIM. For an eSIM, I've been using UBG, and so far that's the best eSIM that I've used throughout my travel. It has a good coverage, strong connection, and I can just top up directly from the app. I also have a discount code that you guys can use, and if you use my code, you'll get some discount with UBG. Now let's talk about transportation and how to get around. In Lima, Cusco, or any major city, you can use Uber or Cabify, and I would say it is the safest option as well. You don't want to just get on a random taxi. Although it's considered one of the safest Latin American countries, you still want to be careful. So just stick to Uber or authorized taxis apps. It will save time and also prevent you from getting scams. Now, in terms of speaking Spanish here, I would say in Cusco and Lima, you won't really encounter a problem of using English. Most people do understand it to some level, especially if you go to a touristic area, but being able to communicate in Spanish, even though it's just a little bit, really helps. So if you don't speak Spanish at all, you can use Google Translate. I've personally been trying to learn Spanish and I took an online course with Baselang, which over a one-on-one class with native teachers, and it honestly has helped a lot. I will link the course down below if you're interested on learning too. So that's it for this video. I hope this travel guide helps you. Don't forget to like, comment, and also subscribe to my channel to follow along on my next adventures. And also let me know in the comment section down below where will be your first stop here in Peru.